Lately, I've been finding it's becoming more and more difficult for me to focus on trading stock options when the news is abuzz about cryptocurrencies and the price gains that they've been experiencing. So I started to wonder if there's a way for me to take advantage of the cryptocurrency boom while at the same time trading stock options. Here's a daily chart for security symbol ETHA. It's an exchange traded fund. Within the last few days, I've been seeing a lot of interest in Ethereum-based ETFs or exchange-traded funds. And you can verify this for yourself. Just go over to Google and I typed in a symbol of a ETF, ETHA, and you can see by checking the news, you'll see just by looking at the headlines that there's a lot of activity going on with exchange-traded funds that revolve around or based upon Ether or Ethereum. And if I just put in the symbol for Ethereum, ETH, now we've got generalized news just for Ethereum in particular. So there's a lot going on here. And I decided to try to take advantage of this. And I actually hold shares of exchange traded fund called ETHA. Now, if you're not familiar with ETHA, it's an iShares Ethereum Trust ETF, exchange traded fund. And the investment objective of this ETF is to try and generally reflect the performance of the price of Ethereum. So as Ethereum goes up, this is directly correlated with that. And so as the price of Ethereum goes up, the value of this exchange traded fund goes up as well. And as Ethereum goes down, the value of the ETF goes down as well. What I found is that this is a good way to get exposure to Ethereum from a brokerage account without actually having to hold the Ethereum tokens themselves. Well, as it turns out, I currently hold ETHA in my portfolio. In fact, I have 100 shares, which gives me the perfect opportunity to use them to sell a covered call. Earlier today, I sent out a notification to my user community that I'd be selling a covered call for security with the symbol ETHA. You can see it here. So here's the actual post that I sent out. Actually, it's 3 hours ago that I sent it out. So I mentioned that I'm going to be selling a covered call using this security ETHA. Has a July 25th expiration date with a strike price of $28. And if we click on the image that I've included is here, you can see some of the details, right? So the date I sold it, which is today, the actual covered call that I sold was on July 23rd. It has a 2-day expiration date. So on Friday, this call option will expire. And the premium I received for selling this covered call is 34 cents. So I received a total of $34 because it's one contract is 100 shares and the premium is 34 cents per share. So the 34 cents per share times 100 shares for the one contract is $34. So that gets credited immediately to my trading account. And I keep that premium payment forever. That's mine to keep to do whatever I want with. So whether the option contract gets executed and my shares get assigned away, I'll get paid for those shares at $28 per share. And I also keep the $34, the option premium. Or let's say on July 25th, 2 days from now, the option contract expires. It expires worthless because say the share price is below the strike price. Then the option contract expires worthless, but I still keep the $34 in option premium. So that's mine to keep forever. So at this point, I want to take a minute and walk you through the numbers that are associated with this particular stock option trade. So today's July 23rd, 2025. And we're dealing with a security whose symbol is ETHA. The market price, or at least the price that I paid, my cost basis for this stock was $27.69. And I sold a covered call option contract, but only one. And I sold one covered call option contract. The expiration date of the option contract was July 25th, which gives this contract a duration of 2 days. Now, the option contract had a strike price of $28 and a premium amount of 34 cents per share. So let's run through the numbers so you get a better understanding of what my initial investment was and how much I stand to profit. So my investment was $27.69 per share for 100 shares. So that total cost to me was $2,769. Now, if the option contract gets executed, meaning the price finishes above my strike price, then I'll receive $28 per share. And if we subtract that amount from the amount that I paid, I'll experience a price appreciation profit of $31 or 1.12%. Now, I also received $34 as the premium payment for selling the option contract, and that $34, that represents an income of 1.23% based upon the amount that I paid. Remember that original $2,769. So if we add up the money that I receive, if the option contract gets executed, it'll be the $31 plus the $34, which is a maximum profit of $65 if this option contract gets executed and my shares get assigned. And that $65, when you look at it in terms of the amount of my initial investment of $2,769, that's a return of 2.35%. Now, that's not a lot. It's not life-changing money, but it is just over 2% for a 2-day investment. Now, our goal here is not to make huge amounts of money right away, right? We're new stock traders. We're just beginning. And so our goal is really to take small risks. And as a result, we get small rewards, small profits, and we want to limit our downside because we don't want to blow up our account on one option trade, right? And lose it all. So we're looking to make little baby steps. So we do these small, simple trades. We learn the process. We get familiar with the tools. We learn how to pick stocks. We learn how to read charts. And as a result, we're able to execute option trades that have a high percentage or high probability of being successful and being profitable. And once we build our experience and improve our skill set, then we're able to scale up higher and higher. And if this is the first time you've seen this, this is my option trading community, Simple Option Trading. And you can get to it by going to school.com/simpleoptiontrading. I'll leave a link in the description down below. But it's free to join right now, and it's early enough that you can become one of the founding members if you join today. I look forward to seeing you in my community where we share information about our trades, our wins, our losses, so that we can learn from those as well. Plus, I share information about different trades as well as strategies, tips and tricks used for option trading. And so I think this is a very valuable resource for the community. So come on over. Hope to see you in school.com. And so even though I've already sold the option contract, I'll show you real quickly the steps I use to execute the trade on my brokerage account. Here we can see that the security ETHA allows me to specify the trade ETHA option. So I'll select here. And then I'm going to press sell a call expiring July 25th. So that's 2 days. And I could have easily selected one of the other expiration dates. So for this security, there are option expiration dates going out every week, but I'm going to select July 25th. So this is a 2-day option. And now we can see the different strike prices. And in my particular case, I use the $28 strike price. And we can see that it's currently paying 28 cents per share as a premium payment. Now let's take a moment and take a look at the actual transaction record where you can see that I've sold the option contract. So this is for the security whose symbol is ETHA. Call option with a $28 strike price. Here you can see the date sold, which is today, July 23rd, and the expiration date is July 25th. So that's 2 days away. So now as the day's winding up and we get closer to the expiration date, we can see that the premium price reflects this, and it's now only 29 cents per share. So now I'm anxious to see what happens on July 25th when this option contract expires. Will the price finish above my strike price, in which case my shares will get assigned? I'll get paid for the shares, and I'll receive the price appreciation. And don't forget, I also keep the premium that I received. Or will it be that the share price finishes below my strike price, in which case the option contract expires worthless? I keep my shares, and I also keep the premium that I received when I first sold the covered call option contract. And if that's the case, then I'm going to turn around and sell another covered call option contract using those same shares as my collateral. Now, if there's enough interest, I'll create a video showing the outcome of this trade. And if you want to see it, be sure you leave me a comment down below saying that you want to see what happens with this trade, and I'll make a video. Hey, let me just mention one more time before I get out of here. I do have my new user community for option traders. Jump on over to school.com/simpleoptiontrading. I'll leave a link in the description down below. It's really for new beginners to option trading. It's a way for you to learn the simplest and most effective way, I think, to trade stock options. And the goal here is not to make $1 million right off the bat. I think that'd be nice. But what I want to do is teach my community how to trade stock options very simply and starting off small. So I envision trading stock options and having a small win, say maybe $10, $20 as profit, and then going on from there. And then as the users in the community become more and more familiar with these small wins, right? $10 here, $20 over there, $12 with this option. They learn the process, what to look for, and how to make effective profit generating stock option trades. And then from there, they can easily scale up. And then instead of $10 per trade, maybe they're doing $50 or $100. And you start slowly scaling up. And with each trade, you collect more profit. Now you're going to have some losses. Let's be honest about this. Not every trade is going to be a winner. But if you have more wins than losers, the net effect is you'll be more positive. And as you grow your portfolio, you'll be able to make larger trades, build your confidence because now you know what to look for and how to execute trades and how to manage the risk. So come on over and join my community at school.com/simpleoptiontrading.